a video about restless legs and internal tremors, a lot of people had questions about like the supplements that I use, so I really wanted to give an update. Internal tremors is like when you feel like a vibration inside. It's almost like you're shaking but inside. My trigger was low methylation, and that primarily was caused by high dose niacin, which is known to like wash out all of your methyl donors. And essentially what your methyl donors are the contributor to the way that your neurotransmitters or like your brain feel good chemicals are processed. Dopamine has been shown to prevent tremors and restless legs. The simplest thing that anyone can try to see if this resolves their symptoms is L-tyrosine at the start, because it's a dopamine precursor. So regardless of your methylation status, it can potentially immediately like increase your stores of dopamine. Make sure you're not taking an MAOI, an SNRI like Wellbutrin, or like Adderall, any stimulants, and possibly even an SSRI. You'd have to talk to your doctor. And also address all of your nutrient needs, which a lot of people don't get what they think they do as far as nutrients, like iron. Even for meat eaters, like red meat eaters, can be low. Like I am low if I don't get it in a multivitamin or a supplement, and like a B complex, a methylated B complex. But for me, like that's less needed if I get enough protein, but I do get all my B vitamins, and a lot of people don't. Magnesium, at least 400 milligrams, is going to be helpful, and again, that's something that most people do not get, as well as potassium. Those two are probably the most common. Potassium is not something you can just take a ton of. There are foods that have it, like sweet potatoes, leafy greens, coconut water, squash, beans, but it's still actually pretty hard to get enough, so you really have to track it. I would suggest using Chronometer, the app. It's free to log in your food. They have a ton of food in their stores already, like in their storage, that you can just find easily, like a ton of brands, restaurants, supplements. So my methyl donors were too depleted by niacin to adequately process and make like the dopamine that I need to prevent like restless legs and internal tremors. Some people might actually need less methyl donors to not have restless legs. Like I've heard of someone who took a methyl donor, dimethylglycine, and got restless legs and internal tremors because it's apparently like ramped up their dopamine processing too much, that they were low in it. Melatonin can be a potential trigger because it can deplete dopamine. But like for me, it's over time that I've taken like consistent methyl donors and especially gotten enough protein, I can take more melatonin than I ever did when it first like contributed to my restless legs and internal tremors. Another trigger is infection or like toxic exposure, such as like mold. So for me, when I moved into a place that had a little bit of mold in it, I needed binders to help me, especially before I got enough protein and realized like some of the shortcuts that help contribute to methylation, as well as like you need to address like if you have a parasitic burden, it can really help to take like an anti-parasitic in that case. So everyone has their own unique needs and like reasons for having like an overexcited nervous system and restless legs and internal tremors. And if you need like a one-on-one specialized help, I'd be happy to take you on as a potential client. I offer discovery calls for free if you would like to talk and see if I can help you. Another thing that I specifically needed was methylcobalamin in a sublingual form, which means like a lozenge that you can put under your tongue so it's absorbed into your bloodstream rather than through your digestion, because it's like really vulnerable to poor digestion and not being absorbed if things aren't perfect in your gut. And some people just need more B12. It's a critical nutrient for methylation, and it's also a methyl donor at the same time. Creatine was also like a major hack with getting rid of the symptoms, because I didn't realize at the time, but I wasn't relying on the supplements anymore, like to a huge degree. And actually creatine takes like half the load off of methylation, because like half of your methylation is just making creatine. Whey protein is also one thing that I found prevented me from needing like the methylated B vitamins and the expensive supplement. But now I don't even take whey protein. I just get like at least 80 grams ish of protein, even like 70 occasionally is fine. But I do include like animal-based protein because it's really important to get like a balance of all of the amino acids in a way that it's like bioavailable. Otherwise you have to like be really mindful of all of the different amino acids and getting enough, which you can track for free with an app called Chronometer. And they have a website, chronometer.com, that you can go to and see like the amino acids you get on a daily basis in like more detail.